We received a question from one of my followers asking about Cellulase and its effects as a cellulite treatment. Now, Cellulase is an historic treatment that used a laser to cut through the bands of dimpled cellulite. And it was, at the time, the best thing that we had, and had some effectiveness, but it's not as good as some of the newer treatments that we've had since then. Cellulase used a fiber with a side-firing laser, and it would cut the bands that create dimples. You've got a dimple, the bands are pulling down the dimple, you cut the bands and it releases it, and it makes the skin smooth. It's a good idea, only Cellulase wasn't that effective in cutting through the dimples. It did create a lot of inflammation, which led to a much longer recovery time and a lot of discomfort from the treatment that patients would be dealing with for 6 to 8 weeks afterwards, sometimes longer. The new technology, the best thing, is called Avoli. Avoli is a mechanical way to cut these bands. It's got a little applicator that's very thin, goes through a tiny incision, and a little hook with a blade that opens up at the right moment, and you pull through those bands, dividing them very effectively so you know they're completely divided, and you get really nice results with Avoli. The recovery from Avoli is much easier. You are fully recovered in just a couple of weeks, and you don't have that protracted recovery time, and there's no heat and inflammation. So Cellulase was good in its time, but right now, thankfully, Avoli is the best we've ever had.